You graduate top of your class at Harvard Law. Offers come from every major firm in the country. You take the one that pays the most. A Wall Wall Street firm where first-year associates make more than your parents earned in a decade. Your office is on the 47th floor of a building that touches the clouds. You work 100-hour weeks reviewing contracts, drafting memoranda, doing the groundwork that keeps the wheels of corporate America spinning. You're a cog in a machine, but it's a very expensive machine, and that's enough for now. Your first real case involves a pharmaceutical company. They knew one of their drugs caused heart attacks. They knew it for years before the FDA found out. Your job is to help them settle the lawsuits without admitting liability. You spend 6 months reading internal emails that make your stomach turn. Executives joking about acceptable casualty rates. Scientists being pressured to alter research data. Marketing teams targeting elderly patients who are most likely to die before they could sue. The company settles for $2 billion. It sounds like a lot until you realize they made $30 billion in profits from the drug. Nobody goes to prison. The executives get golden parachutes. You get a bonus that pays off your student loans. You tell yourself this is how the system works. You're not wrong. 5 years in, you make partner. You have a specialty now, the thing that makes you valuable. You fix problems for people who have too much money to have problems. A tech billionaire's son kills someone in a drunk driving accident. You make the witnesses disappear. A hedge fund manager's wife finds out about his second family. You negotiate a divorce settlement with an NDA so tight, she can't even tell her therapist. A real estate mogul's company is about to be exposed for systematic fraud. You find the fall guy. A mid-level executive will take the blame in exchange for a trust fund for his kids, and a minimum security cell. You're not a lawyer anymore. You're a fixer, a cleaner, a man who knows where all the bodies are buried because you helped bury most of them. The first time a client shows you something truly dangerous, you're in a penthouse overlooking Central Park. The client is a media mogul, owns newspapers and television stations, and half the billboards in America. He's being blackmailed. Someone has photographs, videos, documents that would end his career and probably his freedom. The material involves children. You don't look at it directly. You don't need to. You understand what he's asking you to do. Make it go away. Make the blackmailer go away. Make sure no one ever knows. You should refuse. You should report him to the police. You should do what any decent human being would do. Instead, you ask for your retainer up front. $3 million, non-refundable. He doesn't blink. The problem disappears within a month. You don't ask how. You don't want to know how. You just know that you now have leverage over one of the most powerful men in the country, and leverage is the only currency that matters in your world. 10 years in, you have a vault. Not a physical vault, though you have one of those too, in a bank in Switzerland. This vault is digital, encrypted, distributed across servers in 12 different countries. Inside that vault is everything. Every secret you've ever been paid to keep. Every crime you've helped cover up. Every photograph, every email, every recording that your clients thought was destroyed. You kept copies of everything. Insurance, you call it. Because you've seen what happens to lawyers who know too much, and forget to protect themselves. They have accidents. Heart attacks at 50, car crashes on empty roads, suicides with 2 bullets to the back of the head. You're not going to be one of them. You're going to be the one person in this world who cannot be touched. Because touching you means everything comes out. Mutually assured destruction. It's the only form of trust that works with these people. The vault grows every year. You have dirt on 3 sitting senators, 2 governors, a Supreme Court justice, and the CEO of every Fortune 100 company. You have evidence of price-fixing conspiracies that would crash the stock market. You have proof of bribery schemes that reach into the White House. You have medical records showing which billionaires are secretly dying, which ones are secretly addicted, which ones have diseases they've hidden from their boards and shareholders. You have documentation of offshore accounts, illegal campaign contributions, human trafficking operations run by respectable businessmen. You know which pharmaceutical company deliberately released a contaminated vaccine. You know which tech company sold user data to foreign intelligence services. You know which bank laundered money for terrorists. You know everything. And you can prove everything. And that makes you the most dangerous person in every room you enter. Your clients understand the arrangement. They pay you obscene amounts of money not just for your legal services but for your silence. You charge by the secret. Small secrets, 6 figures. Career-ending secrets, 7 figures. Go to prison forever secrets, 8 figures and up. You've made more money in the last 5 years than most law firms make in a decade. You own homes on 3 continents, each one registered to a different shell company, each one stocked with enough cash and documents to start a new life if everything falls apart. You don't trust banks completely, so you have gold buried in locations only you know. You don't trust people at all, so you live alone, no spouse, no children, no one who can be used against you. You're 60 years old, and you're worth $400 million, and you're the loneliest person you know. The funny thing is, they all think you work for them. The billionaires, the politicians, the titans of industry, they think you're their lawyer, their fixer, their servant. They don't understand that you stopped working for them years ago. Now you work for yourself. Now you use them, their money, their secrets, their desperation. You've manipulated stock prices with carefully timed leaks. You've influenced elections by threatening to release information at crucial moments. You've made and broken careers based on nothing more than your own amusement. You're not playing their game anymore. You're playing a game they don't even know exists. A game where you're the only player, and everyone else is just a piece on the board. The paranoia is constant. You assume every phone is tapped, every room is bugged, every person you meet is potentially an informant. You never use the same communication method twice in a row. You have dead drops, coded phrases, a network of intermediaries who don't know who you really are, or what they're really carrying. You've prepared for every contingency. If you're arrested, there's a dead man switch that releases enough information to crash the global economy. If you're killed, the same thing happens, delayed by 72 hours to make sure it's really you. Nobody knows about the switch except you. That's the point. You're untouchable because killing you would be worse than letting you live. But lately, you've been wondering if any of it matters. You're 60 years old. You have no one to leave your money to. You have no legacy except the secrets you've kept and the crimes you've enabled. When you die, your vault will open, and the world will see what you've seen, and they'll call you a monster. They won't be wrong. You've helped murderers escape justice. You've protected predators. You've watched innocent people suffer because suffering was profitable for your clients. You told yourself you were just a lawyer. Just doing your job. Just working within the system. But the system is a lie you told yourself so you could sleep at night. And you haven't slept well in 20 years. One day, maybe today, maybe tomorrow, you're going to make a different choice. You're going to take everything in that vault and give it to journalists, prosecutors, law enforcement agencies around the world. You're going to burn it all down. Not because you found your conscience, not because you want redemption. Those things don't exist for people like you. You're going to do it because you can. Because you're bored. Because you spent your whole life accumulating power, and the only interesting thing left to do with power is to use it in the most destructive way possible. You're going to watch the world scramble to deal with the fallout. You're going to watch billionaires turn on each other like rats on a sinking ship. You're going to watch the whole rotten system collapse under the weight of its own secrets. Or maybe you won't. Maybe you'll die in your sleep, and the dead man switch will activate, and the world will never know you existed. Maybe one of your clients will find a way to get to you, despite all your precautions. Maybe you'll just keep going, year after year, collecting secrets and cashing checks, until there's nothing left of the person you used to be. You finish your scotch and look out at the city lights. Somewhere down there, a young lawyer is billing their first 100 hours, dreaming about partnership, about money, about success. They have no idea what they're getting into. They have no idea that every case, every client, every dollar comes with a cost. They'll learn. Everyone learns eventually. Your phone buzzes, another client with another problem, another secret that needs keeping. You take the call.